Aries, March is an incredibly strong, powerful month, and you will do well to pay attention to how you feel and any type of information that you're getting from your intuition, from your dreams, from if you work with tarot cards, runes, astrology, whatever that intuitive guidance, listen to that. It will show you where you can open things up for yourself as the month begins with the new moon in Pisces right behind your energy, right? Because Pisces is behind Aries. So there's something about looking behind, releasing, letting go, and the new moon energy of the weekend is, so March 1st is on Saturday. We have Mars going retrograde. On the 2nd, we have Saturn going retrograde. And we have this powerful Venus-Mars square. What's all of this mean? Mars is your ruling planet going retrograde. So your ruling planet going retrograde opposite you, it's in Libra, opposite you. It's showing that there could be things outside of the world that are, quote unquote, opposing you. And you want to look at it as a mirror image. What is it trying to teach me? What can I learn from this? There is the Saturn, when any planet stations to go retrograde or direct, it has more punch or more power to it. Saturn going retrograde in Scorpio is what's called quincunx, 150 degrees away from your Aries energy. And that's an adjustment energy. Where's the adjustment? Dealing with other people's money, credit cards, all that kind of stuff. And agreements with other people. What did you say you do for me? What did I say I do for you? So there's different things bubbling up there. But what about this Mars-Venus square that's happening? Venus is our desire. Yes, it's our love life. No doubt, what we love. But it's so it can be romantic love. But it's love, it's what we love, what we desire. And since it's in your solar 10th house of career, what do you desire for yourself for your career? And what are you willing to do it? And what perhaps perceived obstacles could be in your way? Do you have any perceived obstacles that are getting in your way? And again, it's a mirror energy. You want to use your intuition to see where you could be creating your own stumbling blocks, because there's certainly enough stumbling blocks in the world without creating our own. Now, as we move on, we have, and as I mentioned, Saturn is going retrograde on that Sunday, the March 2nd. And then on March 6th, we have Venus going into March 5th, we have Venus going into Aquarius. And on March 6th, we have Jupiter going direct. So Venus going into Aquarius, it's a breath of fresh air. She's been in this earth sign for weeks and weeks and weeks. And in Aquarius, it's like, okay, let's get some detachment here. And friends come into the picture. There's friends coming into the picture here. Jupiter direct, again, very potent when a planet is moving direct or retrograde. In Cancer, it's in a good angle to your chart. And there's something about expanding where you feel comfortable, where you feel at home. It literally can be your home. And a protection around that. And you may even want to travel to other places. Like, maybe where I'm living is okay now, but do I always want to live here? And where would be my ideal home, perhaps, to go to? Even perhaps a second home away from home. The full moon in Virgo is on the 16th. So that's on a Sunday. You'll feel that energy developing the whole weekend. And it will illuminate that energy that I talked about using your intuition and seeing where you can create your own stumbling blocks in life. And what will show up is perhaps where you don't have something set in a routine. Like you could scurry to get everything done and then ignore it for a while and then get overwhelmed. No, I got to get back to this. So what can come up is you can see, well, if I just had things on a routine, then it would be so much easier. If I didn't think about binge dieting, that I binge eating and binge dieting. Well, if it was just more steady and I had more routine about healthy eating, maybe it'd be easier for me. Perhaps not as much fun, but maybe it'd be at least the double chocolate part. It would be easier. The sun goes into your sign, Aries, on the 20th, 12:57 Eastern Time, beginning of your birthday month, and that fresh air, fresh start, all strong good. The month begins with the moon in Scorpio, so the month begins with an intensity energy happening. And when I say the month begins, I mean your month, your Aries, the sun going into Aries, your cycle, your birthday month. And then the calendar month ends with the new moon in Aries on the 30th. And that new moon on the 30th, we have in play a Venus-Saturn square that happened the day before, which is be serious about relationships. And because we're working with this, there's this dwarf planet called Sedna. And that's where we could feel left out or kind of like disappointed in life. I thought if I did this, then everything would work out okay. Being betrayed, going to the promised land and finding out it wasn't as good as someone painted the picture it would be. And so this energy of the new moon opens that up. Where in your life do you feel that, hey, I was misled somewhere around something that was dear to you? And it could have to do with the concept or the ideal of friendships. And the new moon, boy, look at this. It's connected with this. It's called a T-square. It's connected with Uranus, right? I want my freedom. I want my freedom. It's square Pluto, transformation. And the new moon is square Jupiter, wanting to expand. So there's a lot of tension that the month ends with. But it's your month and it's your beginning. And the new moon in Aries is always the collective birthday for all of Aries. So enjoy it, embrace it, envision your new year, and go make it happen.